Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is. Welcome to the secrets of a ghostwriter. Today, I want to give you a little insight into the actual edit process. When you think you've finished, wisdom, of course, tells you that you've never finished. Unfortunately, there is a point in every editing process where you have to go, I think I've done enough now. You do have to let go at some point. But that's at the end of the process before you might submit to an agent or a publisher or on your route to self-publication. I have 3 guidelines at the start of the editing process. And I actually include these in contracts with my ghostwriting clients because at the start of an adventure with a ghostwriting client, there's a lot of excitement. And a lot of the advice that you give out at the beginning of the process gets easily forgotten as that journey of making the notes to acquire someone's story for their memoir begins. So I always put it there as a reference point, and then we refer to it when it comes to edit. And that, of course, will be some months later. These are the 3 approaches I take and ask my clients to take when it comes to editing a manuscript. I say number 1, the pleasure read. Okay, so you've just landed on holiday. You've bought some book at the airport shop. Steam's still coming off you, perhaps from work. You're desperate to just cut loose and unwind. The sun's come out. A cocktail in hand. Let's chill. Where's my book? So it's a pleasure read. So you are reading in your first edit of the book. You're reading a book as though you've just landed on holiday and it's someone else's story. Lose yourself in it. And I always ask my ghostwriting clients to tell me what they thought of the book after the pleasure read. Because trust me, when we get on to the next read and when we get on to the book coming out, their mindset has changed. Because the process, particularly if you're only doing this once, as many of my ghostwriting clients will be, is very draining and unusual to them. The second stage of the edit process for me is what I call the industrial read. So you're no longer on that beach having that cocktail. You've gone back to work. You're in a factory. You're gutting the manuscript. This is real get your hands dirty kind of territory. And so from the very first line, you're looking for everything from double spaces to duplications of words. And there will be a tutorial about duplications of words. And I'll explain a little bit about what I mean in that tutorial. So you really are gutting it on the industrial read. And this is the read that my ghostwriting clients really start to put distance between themselves and the actual manuscript in, because it's really tiring. It's proper hard work. If a book is racking up 80, 90,000 words and you're making multiple changes per page, that's graft. So at the end of the industrial read, it's quite a good time to put that distance between yourself and the manuscript time-wise, just, step away. And then the third read is the get ready to publish read. And for get ready to publish, that means self-publish, or as I said, offer to an agent or a publishing house. And this, of course, is where all that pain and industry in the second read starts to drift away because you've implemented many of those changes, the errors that you couldn't see when you were immediately close to the manuscript after you'd written it. So this should be a more relaxed read, I think, than the second industrial read, but it should give you a lot of confidence and you should feel a bit more uplifted again about your project and that you've got a saleable product. So that's my very basic guide to editing. But what I'm telling you is also the mindsets and the energy levels that will come along with those reads. Now, if of course you are a one-man band or one-woman band and you are doing everything, as is often the case with self-publishing, the chances are that you're going to do more than 3 edits of your book. But as a general guideline, I think that's a pretty sensible framework to base the editing process on. And I hope that helps. And I'll see you next time when the Secrets of a Ghostwriter continues.